Well, tough night. Disappointed to say the least. I had a great environment, a great crowd in there, and played well at times. But obviously, in a good portion and stretch, our offense let us down. And it's tough. You're playing against some really good shooters and some guys that can really stretch the floor and put you on islands. And inevitably, they made some timely ones to not only hang in, they also made some big ones to go up and give them some confidence. And our struggles at the foul line hurt us a lot tonight, especially in the second half. We stepped up there for a pair a couple times, and that was tough. But to be able to win this game at home, find a way, it's disappointing. But I also say this: we're in a similar situation a week ago and found a way to win the game in a similar manner where your offense let you down. So it isn't like something alarming happened today that didn't happen a week ago or against UConn in the Garden. We're a team that's finding a way to consistently run really good offense throughout the course of the game, get quality shots, and we're finding ways to get fouled. When you go to the line, you got to make them. Defensively, they took 31 threes. We knew they were going to have to take a lot of threes. We were in a situation, big guys guarding guards, and give them credit. I thought they made some timely ones. I don't think every single one they took was good, but not being able to run good offense, get the ball inside, be able to play downhill and play out of the post was a big deal in that late in that second half. And then, we got to step up and make some shots. We had some good ones in the game that didn't go. Devontae ends up making 4 of the 5 threes. We needed some other guys to step up and make a couple of those open ones, make some decisions. But tough night for us. Just a tough feeling. Didn't feel like that we played real well there for a stretch. It was disappointing for our team to finish the non-conference that way. But we put it to bed. We have an 11-2 record. We're getting ready to get into the Big Ten start here in January. We got to get better. We got to find a way. Obviously, played tonight with a couple guys that didn't have. Jerome wasn't available, and then Al not being available obviously threw a monkey wrench into some things for us. But we had enough in the tank to get it done. Just didn't play well enough tonight, so a little disappointing.
Yep. There were a few stretches in that game, up 9, and then Joe makes a bunch of threes, and then up about 8 or 9 again, and you have some turnovers. How do you get the guys maybe locked in when they're up about that 0.7 or 8 or 9 to kind of extend instead of, have a revert back?
Yeah, I guess if I had that answer, it would have stopped a few times a couple games ago. Just that killer instinct, that ability to keep your foot down and keep the pedal down and keep motoring through. Especially to start the second half. I called a timeout very quickly there early. We got up about 9 or whatever, but I just didn't feel like we were ramped up enough defensively to start that second half to be able to go up 13 or 14. And we had our chances in this game to be able to extend our lead. We didn't do it. And then I thought late in the game, at least the last 8 minutes, they made threes. They made timely threes. And we didn't do a good job running offense. We were a reluctant screening team tonight, and we were a very reluctant team to move without the ball. That's been one of the things that we've really worked hard on as a group, is to be able to move without the ball and play together. And I thought tonight that vacated us a little bit. We stopped trusting the movement, the screening, and being able to share it. And we got no inside out. We got no, off the lane catches for Justin. We didn't do enough offensively in the second half to run good enough offense. First half, I thought we got the ball downhill a lot. Our defense led to our offense. We got some transition post-ups. We got some things. But, for our group, we're going to have to do a better job of running better offense, especially as we get ready to play really, really good defensive teams. And Arkansas is a really good defensive team. If you look at their numbers, they're staggering. And they do a really good job with their small lineup of keeping it out of the post and fronting it and not giving you what you look. And that's why you're going to have to be efficient. But we just didn't do enough. I have to watch the film to kind of get back, but there's a similar feel to me as the Notre Dame game, where our offense kind of leaves us, our defense kind of caves in a little bit transition-wise. They're off some runs, they give them some threes, and the next thing you know, you're in a hole. And we were in a very similar hole a week ago, just came through. Tonight we didn't.
You also mentioned not being able to get into the post, and how much is that an adjustment Arkansas made? How much of it is you guys not seeing it? Just what changed your start?
I don't think they adjusted their deal. I think they did a good job of fronting the post, and we just didn't throw it in there enough. When we had our opportunities, if there's probably 4 or 5 clips where you're going to be able to throw the ball from the top of the key to the rim, whether it's Trace or Joey. We didn't get enough action, but we got nothing in transition in the second half either. Our transition game gave us no offense. Most of our touches in the first half, I would say, came off of really good pushes and good offense in transition. We didn't have a transition attack in the second half. It didn't flow, didn't move up the floor fast enough, and we got no real presence in the second half in terms of that. But we got to do a better job.
When we talk to Al, he seems like the last person in the world that would have a moment like that. I mean, I guess, what's your reaction to it, and how do you feel?
Obviously, I didn't see the play. I find it very hard to believe that Al would do anything malicious. He's not that type of guy. And if he did, obviously it's on him. He made a mistake. But I didn't see the play. In talking to the officials, they were adamant, 110%, that was the right and proper call. So you have to believe that. But Al's not the type of guy that's looking to do anything crazy out there. So if it happened, it happened. But it goes to show you that I guess it was a tough swing right there. You lose a guy that's playing 25 or 30 minutes a game to an ejection. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a guy ejected in a game, and especially looking at Al, I don't think he's the type of guy that tried to get ejected. So we'll look at it. I don't really know if we need clarification or not. I don't know if it's self-explanatory or not. The officials were pretty adamant, though.
Going by the stats, I think it was the last 9 minutes, Trace didn't get a field goal attempt. How problematic was that, and what did you feel was not occurring that maybe you wanted to occur?
Well, I mean, I think at the end of the day, when Trace gets his field goals, he's doing a great job of running to the rim. I think we do find him at times on baseline action, finishes, and whatnot. He'll get on the offensive glass. But he was very active in the first half. He had 16 points. But I don't necessarily know if it was him getting the ball into the post as much as it was our offense was coming in transition. He got easy ones. He got some rim runs. He got fouled a ton. In the second half, when we start to move into a half-court set, whether by circumstances of the defense doing a better job or us just not being able to get in transition, that's when your movement and you rely on your 5 players to execute a play call or to execute your motion afterwards. And we're not moving. And we didn't move enough to be able to get him moving around. If you want to stand on the block and have a guy front you the whole game and say, hey, throw it inside, it's not that easy. It's just not that easy to just fire the ball inside 50 times when they're fronting the post and they got guys on the help side. I mean, you got to be able to move around, you got to be able to screen the defense, and you got to execute. There's a few times we call a play, we didn't execute the play. But in general, I mean, it's always going to come down to, hey, why didn't Trace get enough shots? Why didn't he shoot 27 times in the game? Well, the other team has a little bit to do with it, and then you have a lot to do with it with the way that you execute. And he's not the only guy on the team that needs to be able to catch the ball down low and get some baskets down there as well. We need to get more guys down there and do more. But we had enough in this game to win it, but I think it goes to show you how the room for error and slippage and the tide can turn for our team quickly in games. And I think we've got to really mature and grow up in terms of understanding you're going to have to be able to run good offense and execute and do a better job of doing some things to get quality looks. And then on the other end of the floor, you got to control what you can. You got to communicate. You got to work hard. And tonight, I just didn't think we were good enough in any of those areas when you're coming down to a 50-50 game. But it was a winnable game. We just didn't do enough. And it's you get mad and whatnot. But you're going to watch the film, against Notre Dame. It's going to be a similar theme with this team. This team has got to do a better job of executing in the half court. And we got to do a better job defensively of covering the three-point line at times, especially when our offense alleviates it. And I can't say that of the 31 threes that they took, a lot of them were some hard shots those guys made. I mean, we got one guy who took 17 threes in the game, and you got the other guy who took 9. 26 threes came from 2 guys. And those guys take a lot of shots, but they're good players.
I guess that's probably piggybacks a little bit off of that, but this group specifically, how does it divorce the way things are going offensively from the way things are going defensively and not let, kind of struggles at one end affect the other?
It's good. I mean, we can't let our offense impact the body language, and you can't let your offense impact your effort level. To us, our defense is the thing that you can control. You got to play with great emotion. You got to play with great toughness. And I just think in general, we had a few guys out there tonight at times that were letting things bother them, and we weren't dialed in. We weren't sharp. We got to get through that. We got to be a better team, move on to the next play type of thing, and we'll be all right.
Sometimes guys just hit shots on you, but was it about how you contested the threes that maybe sticks in your mind even more? I mean, you want your guys to be a little more aggressive and getting out there more?
Yeah, probably. You know, I think one of the things we talked a lot about was, you know, make them put the ball on the floor inside the line. Whether you're switching a ball screen or whether you're closing out, one of the things with this team is you want them to shoot twos, especially Jones and Isaiah Joe. I mean, those guys worked a two-man game, you know, for like three or 4 minutes on a simple pick and pop with two guys. Now you have Trace guarding the ball, and you have Armand guarding the screener. So they put you in some difficult spots. I mean, it's a weird cover. I mean, it's a game where if you can't match up with them at times, their matchups are tough to guard from the three-point line. That's one of the things. But for the most part, you know, we did a pretty good job. You're up 9, you're up 11 points to start the second half. I mean, at home, win the game, do a good job, and play hard, cover up some things, and then control what you can control. You know, we had 10 assists in the first half. We get 2 in the second. How's that happen? Well, it happens because you're not running good offense. You're not running the floor hard enough. You're not using, you know, the things that, you know, you did early in the game to your advantage. You know, control the easy ones, and we'll get better at it. You know, we'll get better at it. We have a good group. You know, to finish non-conference this way at home, to me, humility, wake-up call. Let's go. Let's go.
Last question.
I know how much free throw shooting was an emphasis in the offseason. How tough was that to see that area slip tonight as well?
It happens. I mean, there's some games. There's going to be some games with us. I mean, I think in the first half I'll be honest with you, first half you think about some of the easy ones around the rim and then some free throws. Probably, you know, do a better job there. But in the second half, you got to step up and knock them in at home. You know, and 9 of 18. That's not what we're about. We can do a better job, and we've done a better job, you know, at the line here of late. But you know, it's definitely something that you have to pay attention to, because I think it's a very important piece to this team, making free throws. You know, you go 9 for 18 tonight. You know, free throws can extend leads. Free throws can stop runs. And you look back at that Notre Dame game, not getting any free throws, not stopping them, not being able to get the run stopped by the line, and then tonight not being able to knock a few in to keep it going. So it's an important aspect of our team and something we got to be mindful of. Tonight wasn't our night from the line for sure.
All right, Coach, thank you.